Lights down in the kitchen, midnight on the clock. No more heavy shadows, no internal block. I found the golden ratio in every silver line. Living in the zero, thriving in the chime. The plate is full of color, the mind is crystal clear. Watching all the static, just finally crystal clear. Watching all the static just finally disappear. We're living for the second wind, moving in the light. Everything is shining, everything is bright. Beyond the golden milestone, we're keeping on the run. Underneath the glow of a brand new sun. Keep on thriving, feel the clarity ignite. We're owning every moment, we're winning the fight. 50 is the baseline, 50 is the start. Beating with the rhythm of a brand new heart. The Mattapalo furnace is burning through the haze. Finding all the answers in the sugar-free maze. The lightness in the footsteps, the sparkle in the eye. The lightness in the footsteps, the sparkle in the eye. No more heavy lifting, just looking at the sky. We're living for the second wind, moving in the light. Everything is shining, everything is bright. Beyond the golden milestone, we're keeping on the run. Underneath the glow of a brand new sun. Keep on thriving, feel the clarity ignite. We're owning every moment, we're winning the fight. No walls, no limits, no more someday dreams. Living in the logic of the ratios and schemes. Every macro, every meal is a brick inside the wall. I'm standing at the summit and I'm standing very tall. Keep on trying, yeah. Feel the rush. We're living for the second wind, moving in the light. Everything is shining, everything is bright. Beyond the golden milestone, we're keeping on the run. Underneath the glow of a brand new sun. Keep on thriving, feel the clarity ignite. We're owning every moment, we're winning the fight. Keep on thriving, keep on thriving. We're owning every moment, we're winning the fight. Keep on thriving, yeah, we're just getting started. 50 plus, the new golden ratio. Thrive on.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to another live stream. My name's Jason, and this is just Jason Keto. I was just noticing how crazy it was. We were barely even started, and we've, almost 100 comments in the chat over here. So thanks for everyone being here early. I can get a thumbs up for the audio. I see the video's working, but if someone can let me know if the audio's good. StreamYard is telling me it is, but I just never trust technology. And it looks like we're getting some thumbs up, so that's good. Let's start with the chat. We saw Jennifer Ocean Homestead was here early before the stream even started. Michael's Adventures was here. Lovey NY13, I looked at that. That's NY Gal. Must have changed the handle for the channel. I figured that's who it was, but I did double check that. So a longtime friend there. We've got Lynn in the house. Good to see you, Lynn. Rick's here. Brian's here. Just get through some introductions here first. Brenda, Ruby, Dustin's in the house. We've got Dee Lee coming in. Good to see you. Lots of crossover here between sort of Tuber Chat on the YouTube family side of things and the keto community. Lots of good friends over from Ketogenic Woman's community coming to hang out with us as well. So thanks for all being here. You too, Dustin. Ketapalooza is getting closer. Can't wait to see you everyone who's going to be at Ketapalooza. Can't wait to see you when we get in October. Let's make sure we're not missing anything. A few new people are coming in. Wisecracker. It's another channel that connected through Tuber Chat. So thanks for coming over. Maury Wilson, 6954. Hello from Eastern North Carolina. First time here. Welcome. Thanks for coming in. You're new here. I just hang out and talk about keto and carnivore and keto, and then a lot of times it gets into talking about YouTube because there's a lot of creators here as well. So, and speaking of that, if you are a creator and you want to share your channel, just type hashtag Thrive in the chat, and I should share that for you. We've got Jesse here. It's good to see you, Jesse. Low carb spin is here. Thanks for coming in. I still have to. I don't know why I didn't do it yet. Let me just write a note here. They had a new video come out last week, and I never even watched that video. I meant to. It's like a donut video. I wanted to watch that. So I'm just writing myself a note here so I remember to go back and watch that. Watch that video. Yeah, I don't know about an echo Wisecracker. I did just turn off sort of the audio from my live panel over here. But yeah, then let me know if anyone else is having any audio issues. There shouldn't really be anything strange going on. If you don't know, like usually when I do a live stream, I've got my camera in the middle, and then I've got StreamYard on one screen, and then I've got the live stream on the other streams or screen, just so that I can actually watch the live chat while I'm trying to catch up on StreamYard. So that's why I look back and forth kind of thing. Okay. Aaron's here. Booby Goats is in the house. Thanks for coming in. Said hi to Brenda. Teal Horse is here. I saw Scratch and Pete come through the door. It's good to see you, Pete. Again, I don't want to miss anyone that may be coming in. I Sam what I Sam. Thank you for stopping in. I said hi to Brian. Michael's still here. So I'm just trying to catch up with the chat here, so we just don't get too far behind, kind of thing. I never like getting half an hour behind on an hour long live stream. So Hala is here. Thank you for coming in. Appreciate it. Lots of great people over from the Tuber Chat family here. Teal Horse will be watching and listening. Can't chat much. Have grandkids tonight. I hear you. I do a lot of watching and listening when my grandkids are here too. They keep me way too busy to be interactive in live streams for sure. Everyone is saying hi to each other. Della Johnson, 5830 is here. Thanks for coming in. Welcome to any sort of new viewers. There's been, a fairly steady growth in the channel. And many of you may notice that once or twice a week, I share out older videos that some of you may or may not have seen, kind of thing. I typically try and share videos that are like at least a year old, kind of thing, just so that we can have the newer viewers catch up with some of the older recipe videos that we've done. So, and that's a great tip for any of you creators out there. I've done videos about this, and I've talked about it a lot in Tuber Chat, is the idea of going through your, I like to go into my analytics and basically start at your number one video and go down the list and find something that's a few months old that seemed to do pretty good when you first released it. And even if it didn't, you can just take something that's a bit older and then you can jazz up. It's a good opportunity to maybe try test some new titles on it and even a new thumbnail if you want. Like if a video is a year or two old, you're not going to hurt anything unless it's still your number one viewed video and you don't want to mess with it. Taking a video like that and changing the SEO on it, like your thumbnail and your description and your title and tags and all that, is definitely not going to hurt it. My theory is that if you share that out and make some adjustments to the SEO part of it, then even if it gets another 10, 20, 30 views kind of thing, a lot of times YouTube sees that as, hey, there's new interest in this video. Let's sort of give it a push. And, a couple of times I've had that actually generate, a few thousand views on a video. So I think it's definitely worth trying as a creator. And I like to do it mainly because, again, if you just joined the channel in the last few months, you may not know that there's some really tasty chaffle recipes that we made a year or two ago, right? So that's sort of the two reasons behind why I share community posts like that. And I'd also like to thank everyone that sort of participated in the other community post I made 3 days ago, something like that, asking you to guess what we're making this week. I'm not going to sort of reveal what chaffle we made, but I would like to thank everyone that voted with their guess. We had 4 options to guess from, and this is all sort of uniquely Canadian snacks. So if you don't know, I'm in Ontario, Canada. So I wanted to make a chaffle that sort of resembled a snack that you can pretty much only find in Canada. So our 4 choices, what do we have? We had ketchup chips, coffee crisp. I'm going to have to go back and see what I put in the post. Cheesies. I figured Pete probably voted for that one. He's always talking about cheesies. And all dressed chips. So those were the 4 guesses that you could choose from, kind of thing. I believe that the number one guess was ketchup chips. Yep, 46% ketchup chips. So we'll see tomorrow night. The video will release at 8 p.m. Eastern tomorrow night. So hopefully you can join and see what happened. Yeah, Wisecracker. I've actually made poutine chaffles before too. Was definitely one that I wanted to try. So that's another classic Canadian thing for sure. But I was sort of going for like an actual snack kind of thing, whereas a poutine is more of a meal. But yeah, great idea. It's something I did probably a year ago kind of thing. Let's catch up here. Yeah, thanks for coming in. I do recall you coming or being in Tuber chat. So thanks for coming over. Yeah, Ketopalooza should be fun. It'll be interesting. For anyone that doesn't know, Ketopalooza for the first few years was held at hotel in downtown Louisville, the Galt Hotel. Nice place, expensive, and not the easiest place to get around. Like it was right downtown Louisville, and you had to park on the ground, and it was kind of it was fun. You could you could walk around and there's lots to see and do down there. But this year, Autumn's decided to move it out of the downtown and to I think it's on the university campus kind of thing. So that would be interesting. A little easier to get around. It'll work out better for my wife. I think we drive down there from here. It's only about 8 hours of driving, 8.5 hours of driving to Louisville from here. Being as my wife won't actually be attending the conference, she likes to go out and do all sorts of different things. And this will actually allow her to easily drive herself to do fun things while I'm at the conference kind of thing. So in that regard, it actually works out better because we're just staying at a regular hotel. So yeah, so I am definitely looking forward to it. It didn't happen last year, so I missed everyone, and hopefully we get a lot of our return people back there and then lots of new people as well. And if anyone is at Ketopalooza, just make sure you say hi. I want to make sure that I get to meet as many people as I can. So, yeah, that echo may have been coming from my computer. Sorry about that. I usually remember to turn the audio off on the actual YouTube side, but I hadn't. So sorry about that. Hopefully it's good now. Brenda's dropped the hashtag Thrive to so if you want to check out her channel, the link is there for sure. And anyone who wants to share their channel, go ahead and do that. Yep, donut. Yeah, I think the video that Karen released was like a gluten-free donut kind of thing. Again, I haven't watched it. I feel bad about that because I said last week I was going to watch it and I still haven't. So we will definitely get that on the list. Okay, sounds great now. Okay, so one of the things, what seems to be happening is I run my camera through a capture switch, so I can switch between two different cameras, and my audio receiver is through that switch. So it may have been repeating some of the audio that was coming out of the switch. So thanks for letting me know. JC RQ2IV is in the house. Thank you for coming in. I appreciate it. Just found out about Ketopalooza not too long ago. Sounds good. Yep. Yeah, it is a lot of fun. It's like 300. I think it's up to 300 people that go there. And, they have speakers, like people that have things they talk about, and then they have vendors there. And Autumn likes to play lots of little games, and there's lots of little team building kind of stuff that we do. So, and then I get to hang out with my buddy Dustin for a couple of days too. We've met up quite a few times in real life. So let's get into the meat and potatoes. Yep, for sure. What did everyone have for supper tonight? I just did my usual live stream, or one of my usual live stream night suppers. I just cooked up 3 jalapeno burgers and with cheese, and that was about it. That's what I had for supper. So my diet is so simple, it's just downright boring. It is fun, meet up with everyone. Ketopalooza highlight of my year. Yeah, definitely fun. And then there's Kendra, Consume the Goodness. The bonus part of going to Ketopalooza in October this year is that Kendra and I are planning a meetup at Buc-ee's in Ohio on our way back. So I'm definitely looking forward to that. Aaron subscribed to Brenda. Thank you for that. I think I subscribed, Brenda. I can't remember. I'll have to go double check if I'm subscribed to your channel. Just started my first batch of yogurt, El Rudere. Yeah, I don't. And Gassery. Yeah, I've never made yogurt, but I've heard all about it from Anita at Ketogenic Woman. She makes it quite often, and I've thought about making it. I have a hard time with dairy, so it's kind of tough for me to have that kind of thing. I tend to rely on fermented vegetables for my gut health kind of thing. Dairy just doesn't really do it too well for me. So flashback Friday type of thing. Yep, exactly. Poutine. Yep. We had our I thought it would just be a fun interactive thing. I'm trying to, I don't want to make this a clickbaity kind of thing, but I just wanted to make it a fun thing to see if everyone could figure out what we made. And, then when we release the video tomorrow night, then that's when we'll find out sort of if you were right. You found ketchup chips in Indiana once? Yeah, that wouldn't be too crazy. That's not too far from Ontario, so I wouldn't be surprised about that, but it's definitely not a common thing that you'd find in the States. Yeah, nothing too crazy for ingredients for this chaffle, but we did dip into the experimental part of the recipe world for this one. Again, I do like to do recipes that are nice and simple, right? Because that's what I find is the most appealing to people, is that, if it gets too complicated, especially with things like with making chaffles, no one wants to spend hours making chaffles like that. So that's why I try and make things that you can put together in 10 or 15 minutes and sort of make them as a supplement to a meal, or use them as bread for grilled cheese or hamburger buns or whatever, even a hot dog bun if you want. So, but every once in a while we do get a little more complicated with the chaffle recipes. So, because unfortunately, to get the results and the flavors we're after, sometimes you have to get a little bit more complicated. One time I was in Canada, I had ketchup chips. Yep, for sure. It is a definite thing here. There must be, the scary thing is that I can only find sort of one or two brands of pork rinds here in Canada, but there must be 10 different brands of ketchup chips. It's just nuts. Don't even know what poutine is. So poutine is French fries with cheese curds. So it's like a squeaky cheese on top, and then you pour brown gravy on top of it so that the cheese melts into everything. That's what a classic poutine is. So it's specifically like a Montreal type thing, where it's sort of, that's where it's focused, but it's, available all over Canada. So, a Labradog. I adore Labradors. Yep, for sure. Never heard of ketchup chips. Yeah, it's a thing for sure. Lucy Warren's World's here. Thank you for coming in. Need some goat milk for making yogurt. Yeah, that's the only goat milk, and goat milk is pretty much the only sort of dairy that I can tolerate without. And the funny thing is like butter and cheese and all that, no problem whatsoever. But straight milk, I cannot do it. Or like straight regular yogurt either. So I've had kefir, goat milk kefir. Now that went over pretty good. Regular dairy kefir, I could not tolerate that either. The Canadian thing, like, do you just dip the chips in ketchup? No, they're actually dusted with a ketchup powder kind of thing. I don't know if I can, bear with me for a second here. I don't know if I can. I was just trying to find something here that I could show you all, just to sort of give you an idea what we're talking about here. Let's see if I can open up this picture and see if I can share it. Okay, so this is the sort of classic, what the classic Lay's ketchup chips look like. So it's basically the chip itself is red, and it's basically just covered in like a ketchup powder, like a dehydrated ketchup. So that's what they look like. That is definitely one of the classics out there. So. But like I said, there's 10 or 15 different types of ketchup chips available. Yep, that would be awesome. It would be nice if we could find a way to do a meetup that everybody or a lot of people could get to, kind of thing. Of course, it's always hard with, everybody lives everywhere. Like, I'd like to meet Anita from Ketogenic Woman one day, but she's clear across the other side of the country. So let's just try and get caught up a little bit here. Thanks for dropping that link, Pete. Appreciate that. Yeah, so that will premiere at 8 p.m. Eastern tomorrow night, which is Friday. We try to premiere something every Friday night, kind of thing. I used to dip kettle chips in mustard. That was my favorite thing. Yeah, that would be interesting. I could see that for sure. I think Canada chips are what we call French fries. They assume making some alternative low carb, whatever. Yeah, so chips are sort of potato chips that we're sort of referencing here. The bag I just saw, I saw like a Lay's salt and vinegar chip that tastes like ketchup, kind of thing. So it's definitely a strange thing, but like, it's one of those things where, I've seen a lot of people taste them for the first time, and even though they're kind of weirded out about the idea of a ketchup chip, once people try them, everyone seems to like them. So Sam, I didn't know any of the things listed on the community post yet. Aaron's munching on pork rinds now. Cool. Yeah, so many friends here on YouTube. It's almost impossible to catch everyone's video. It is. It definitely is. But, I do try to support and watch as much as content as I can. So, didn't eat yet. Oh dear. Yeah, like, I got home and ate right away tonight, so I didn't have to rush before. I actually got home a little bit early, so I don't like rushing before the live streams. So I ate a bit early tonight. Sam, what is Sam? I'm so confused. Listed the option I just pulled from a hat. Yeah. Yeah, there are, everything on that list is definitely uniquely Canadian for sure. Brian had 2 cans of sardines this evening. That's a nice healthy meal for sure. If you made hamburger with mushroom and onions, added butter, she's not keto, and made rice, that's good too. I had to dig in. Freaking impossible to do this alone. It's definitely tough. Like I say, I'm the only one in this house that is keto, but you make it work. But it does sort of push your resolve a little bit when there's non-keto food available, kind of thing. So, but I get you for sure. Leftover lasagna and salad sounds yummy. Thanks. Like I said, these community posts, I'm trying to be a little more interactive with the community using the post page, trying to put up, I want to do more polls and stuff like that just to get people involved. At the end of the day, the chaffle recipes get better when the community is involved and giving me some ideas what they'd like to see, kind of thing. Must be hamburger night. Just finished mine. Cool. Time I get off work, it is too late for dinner, and I'm ready to get ready for bed. Back around 4:30 a.m. to start over a deer. That's no good. I like salt and pepper chips. Yeah, that's definitely good flavor for chips as well. My biggest thing before I started keto was salt and vinegar chips. I could not put those down. It's those and the Doritos, like just the regular nacho Doritos. Those two things were just my weakness for sure. How do I ferment my veg? Well, I go to the store and I buy 2 or 3 different kinds of fermented vegetables. So that's how I do it. Sorry, it's probably not the answer you were looking for, but I am much too lazy to do stuff like that. I keep saying that I should so that I can make content out of it. But at this point, I have, like I say, I have 3 different brands of kimchi sauerkraut kind of thing, and then I rotate between the 3 because I believe that having different strains of the ferment bacteria helps with your gut health, kind of thing. So yeah, I should definitely try it. It is on the list of things to try to do myself. It's just one of those things that at this point I'm just not, don't have the time for it, even though I know it's really not probably that time intensive. So yeah, hot dogs on a chaffle is a definite thing. I've made hot dogs in chaffles before too, like chopped up hot dogs. I think I put hot dogs and ketchup and mustard in chaffles before, just to put it all together. So it's definitely goes well together. Poutine is popular in Vermont too. Yeah, you guys are pretty close to where it is most popular. And that's all that matters. Yeah, it's, making any change in your life is always a good thing. So wait, what? Ketchup powder? Yeah, you can actually get ketchup powder. You can buy it on Amazon. The one thing I would suggest though is to be aware of the ingredients. Most of those powders that you buy that are flavored like that, read the ingredients, and most of them, the first ingredient is actually sugar. That's the base of all of those kind of flavorings that they have. So just something to keep in mind. Did much better when I made brisket, portioned it up. Yeah, for sure. You know, I always say failing to plan is planning to fail, right? So I like to buy whenever there's meat and ground beef and all that kind of stuff on sale. I like to buy lots of it and then portion it up so that I have something easy to make, because that's what it really is. It's the convenience. If you have something that's easy to make, then you don't wind up as tempted. So need to add the ketchups to the ketchup list. Yeah, for sure. I like dill pickle Lay's chips. Yeah, dill pickle is another awesome chip flavor. We've made dill pickle chaffles before too. So Sam said, even a keto-ish road is good. Each day is a new start. Some days are better than others, and sometimes we are able to overcome the temptations, which makes the next easier to overcome. Yep, for sure. And it's all about, you know, and you know, if anyone watched the video that I put out last Friday talking about Paula's story from P&J's Homestead Adventure, it doesn't have to be, you know, all or nothing. It doesn't have to be, you know, a complete change to your diet. Little changes can make just as big an impact on your health. You know, you don't have to change every single aspect of your diet all at once if that's not going to be sustainable for you. Little improvements over time can make for some really big results in your health, I think. But you also have to, right from day one, you need to sort of be honest with yourself. Think, okay, can I, you know, maintain a path that is sort of just little changes here and there and stick to it, right? Because a lot of times you're still, you know, if you're still having things like potatoes and grains and stuff like that, but you're choosing more healthy, closer to natural types of grains and things like that, that can still help your health, but it can also harm your sort of body's response to what you're doing. So you have to be able to know yourself and know if you can handle the small changes, or you need to be someone that says, we got to cut it all out and just deal with it at that point. You know, learn how to make the things that you like, learn what is good, what works to replace things for you. That's me. I'm not a small changes kind of personality. I have to do everything, you know. My change was a complete 180 from what I was doing before. So, but I think it's really important to figure out who you are before you sort of jump into it, because it'll make it easier to make that decision. Oven brisket, tight covered pan, add some water, turns out awesome. Yeah, gelatin and tallow in the fatty meat for sure. Yeah, it's weird. That is a weird thing that it's just never caught on in the States, but and why it's so popular here. Yep, they sell ketchup powder, and I've been looking to see if I could find anything that was actually had not terrible ingredients in it, and I hadn't found anything yet, but they do sell it on Amazon. I actually got some salt and vinegar powder that is specifically meant for chicken wings kind of thing. and it has no caking agents in it. It's got no maltodextrin and everything. It really tastes good. And I've thought about making chaffles with it. The problem is I don't like to make recipes using ingredients that aren't something that most people could find. Like, I found this at a small local store near Niagara Falls that specialized in hot sauces and stuff like that. So it's more of a local thing. I don't like making things that people might want to make, but then they can't find the ingredients. So that's sort of why I haven't used it to make a chaffle yet. I may still do it eventually, but 265, 6 hours to 180 degrees to internal temp. Let it cool in the oven, 12 to 15 meals. That's cool. Yeah. Stock Explorers here. Sam's looking for ketchup chips in local stores. Lay's makes, or used to make, ketchup chips, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, Lay's makes them here for sure. So I don't know. And maybe they just didn't see enough sales in the US market. So it took me forever to overcome late night snacking temptations. I sucked at it, then would have a few good nights, then a few good weeks, and eventually long it was done. Yeah. And ultimately that's what it comes down to, is being able to do something that you know you want to do and that you need to do, and doing it long enough that it turns into a habit, right? Because that, if you can get make the changes and make them long enough and stick to them long enough, sooner or later it just turns into part of your everyday life, right? Now Kendra wants brisket. Me too. Yeah, how to make fermented veg. Yeah, it's getting one of those things too. I'm kind of, it's weird when I try to think of things to make on YouTube. There's a lot of stuff that's been done a million times on YouTube, and it seems on this channel specifically, the chaffles obviously are the, let's just say the bread and butter of this channel, because those are the videos that actually drive the growth of the channel. The other videos that I make, like the product reviews and like the story I told last week, and then other recipe videos, aren't as popular on the channel. I still like making them. I still like putting them out there, but it's, when it comes down to doing content that is, if you searched how to make fermented vegetables on YouTube, how many videos did you think would come up? 1.5 million videos, right? So it's one of those things that I will probably do eventually. It's just I hasn't really been high on the list of things that I think might be popular here. So Flavor God brand seasoning has a clean ketchup version. Cool. That's good to know. I got to find dill pickle, the dill pickle chaffle video. Yeah. I'm pretty sure it's probably going to make a liar out of me now. I'm pretty sure we have a dill pickle video. Let me just see if I can find here. I've got lemon dill butter chaffles. Creamy dill. Maybe we didn't. I thought I had made a dill pickle chaffle, but maybe we haven't. Making a liar out of me. Oh, well. It'd definitely be a good idea. Dill pickle's good. I've done quite a few videos with dill in it. And I think what did I do years ago? A couple years ago, I made chaffles, and then I made a dill pickle grilled cheese sandwich out of it. So just like bread or like sandwich pickles with 2 chaffles and some cheese, and then I put it in a panini press. That was really good. So love dill for sure. Wife has no idea. Planted 9 zucchini plants. Going to be fine. No doubt. Reese's Cluttered Kitchens here. Thank you for coming in. I appreciate it. Yeah, everybody does know. Oh, geez, I'm clicking all over the place. Yeah, lots of good friends over here. Like I say, there's a good portion of the people here we all met each other at Tuber Chat as fellow creators, and then we've got lots of good friends from the keto community here as well. Like I say, a lot of them are creators as well, but we've definitely got a good mix of people here. I do enjoy it because it allows us to sort of talk about keto and, health and the proper human diet and all that stuff. But then it also allows us to talk about YouTube and the YouTube creator journey kind of thing. And there's always something to talk about. Like last week, we went right down the rabbit hole of gear that we use to make videos. I did pick one thing up that I'd actually seen Kevin from Tuber Chat talking about that I didn't even know about. And it's this little device here. So it's a weighted frame that is meant to go. There's Kevin there, speak of the devil. So it's a frame that's meant to go in a gimbal. So it mimics the size of a phone. Like you usually put your phone in your gimbal, right? But this is for a GoPro. So you can mount your GoPro onto this and you can put it into a frame. I'm sure I'll be able to make it work, but if you have a GoPro, and this is just something to keep in mind, if you have a GoPro, I have the Hero 12 Black GoPro, but I also use the Media Mod case on here. So basically, this is just a case that the actual GoPro mounts in, right? So that's the GoPro. This is a frame that has different inputs and outputs. So you've got like a speaker or audio input, USB input, and then it's got a mini HDMI on it kind of thing. And it has a built-in microphone. The problem with it is that by itself, this new frame for the gimbal, the GoPro fits in this no problem, and then you can screw it in. But if you're using the Media Mod, this extra case, it fits on the frame, but you can't screw it in because the screw's not long enough. If you don't know what I'm talking about, so this guy here that attaches it, I don't have one long enough for it to reach in and around the case kind of thing. So it's nothing I can't overcome. It's just something I didn't think about when I ordered this thing, because like I said, Kevin showed he had one. I was like, well, why didn't I know about this thing? I want to use my GoPro with my gimbal, but we shall overcome. So that's the YouTube part of our talk for this week. I saw some other people coming in, so we'll say hi here. Rita's Cluttered Kitchen. Most of us know each other from other live streams. Yeah, for sure. And a lot of us do know each other from Tuber Chat. Kristen is here as well. Thanks for coming in, Kristen. I saw Devin OJ coming in, coffee walks and whatever. The more fellow Canadians, so it's good to see you here. I'm usually in a live music looper chat somewhere. I love to chit chat. Yeah, for sure. I just have to, my biggest thing is I have to balance my YouTube consumption with my YouTube creation because sometimes I watch too much YouTube and I don't spend enough time creating, which is what I should be doing. But, you know, I do like to watch me some what would you call it? Like auto YouTube racing, like drag racing and rebuilding cars and reviving cars and stuff like that. I get hooked on those kind of videos. So Brenda's in Louisville. Yeah, not far to go for Ketopalooza for Brenda. Near Chicago, Illinois. Cool. We went past Chicago when we were out when we went out west. We went down around that way. Everyone's saying hi to Kevin and Kristen coming in. Yeah, Kevin's community is definitely a game changer for creators, you know, small, medium, large creators kind of thing. The getting to know other creators is a big part of building your community. As you can see here, you know, lots of other creators coming just to support and have a good conversation every Thursday night, right? So, I can always MacGyver something, I'm sure, but you can buy extra long of these thumb screws for the GoPro. I think you can get some that are quite a bit longer than that. So I'll figure it out. As one of those things that's not impossible to resolve. It just wasn't something I went to put it together. I'm like, oh, this is cool. I'm going to try it. And then I couldn't get this stupid thing to mount in there. So everyone is saying hi. A 79 pace car out in the barn needs fixing. Parked it when went to basic training 30 years ago. Cool. Yeah, I have this dream. There's a couple of vehicles that I'd like to have one day, just when I have the time and the space to build something like that. So there's definitely a couple of sort of my dream cars that I'd like to get, and they're both obviously older cars. I don't really care about anything new. Like I drive a new truck now, but I like to have an older Trans Am or an older Chevy square body kind of thing, pickup truck. Simple things, but you know, like I can probably afford them now. It's just I don't have the space to put them. So, and I'm sure it'll get to a point where I have the space to put them, but I can't afford them, right? That's how life works. Lamborghini Countach. Oh dear. You ever sat in a Countach, Kevin? That's like the worst car in the world. They're so cool, but man, I would not want to drive one of those. Husband has all the GoPros and 360s, and watching him use all the parts gives me anxiety. Yeah, you would not want to see my my camera GoPro sort of bin of all the different parts I have. I must have like 30 different thumb screws for GoPros, and I've got like a mount that goes on your hat and a vest you can wear and the floating handle, and like I've got all that stuff. It's crazy the stuff that you accumulate. gonna call it a night. Thank you for coming in, Brian. Appreciate it. Another great friend from Anita's community. Everyone's saying good night to Brian. Yeah, there's another car that like a sort of early mid 70s Corvette Stingray, like the big long boat, or like even the late 70s, the big long Corvettes. Really cool cars. And, a couple of my friends had them in high school. So I got to drive one of them, and you couldn't even see over the hood. It was so long. And then the front fender wheel wells stuck up so high, you couldn't even see over them. It was one of the worst cars I ever drove, kind of thing. So, but I guess sometimes you have to sacrifice the drivability for the cool factor, right? Jeremy Boucher is here. Thank you for coming in. Fox body, different paint, horses on the side. Cool. Yeah. My good friend in high school had a GT 5-liter. Completely, he didn't wreck it, but boy, did he drove the doors right off of that thing. It was always fun. And I would be up to owning a Fox body now. I'm not really a Ford guy, but they are cool cars for sure. Call them accessories. Yes, for sure. Lots of GoPro accessories. Want a motorcycle again? Yeah, I've had a few of those too, for sure. I think Ruby's heading out. Yeah, we're pretty much wrapped up here for tonight. So yeah, great talk. And tonight, good to see new people. Thanks for coming over, Wisecracker. Always good to see new faces here, especially from the Tuber Chat family. We like to sort of expand this community and, help everybody grow, kind of thing. It's a good way to, get yourself out there and talk to lots of new people, right? So came up on a 92 Ford Bronco on a lot, got it free, paid the non-op fees, and it was the best thing I ever had. Yep. Broncos were pretty good for sure. It's I always had Cutlasses and Monte Carlos and stuff like that. And then I got into Jeeps for a while. I had 3 or 4 different Jeep Wranglers, and now it's just pickups, because these days pickups are just, as a homeowner, it's something good to have. So anyways, thanks for being here tonight. We will be back tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Eastern, for this week's Chaffle video reveal. At that point, you can find out if you guessed correctly on your what Chaffle we're making this week. I'm excited for everyone to see it. Hopefully everyone else enjoys it. And then we'll hopefully be back here next Thursday for another live stream. So that's it. Thank you for being here tonight, and have a great weekend. Keep on thriving, my friends.